Hello and good morning. It's Suzanne. I'm the weight loss coach. How are you? Happy Wednesday. I'm dropping in for my Wednesday weight loss tips live. So today I wanted to talk about walking for weight loss. Oh my goodness, this has to be the easiest thing that we can do, that we do naturally, and many of us do it without thinking. But we can actually help ourselves a little bit more if your goal is to lose weight, to burn more energy. So just by thinking about it, just by taking some extra steps, so to speak. And the reason I'm so excited about it, and I've always, been really passionate about walking, but on last Friday, you may or may not know that I went on a very long walk with a group of friends. In fact, we walked for 30 kilometers. It took us just over maybe 7.5 hours, I think. And we did it down at Victor Harbor. So we walked from Victor Harbor down to Goolwa along the coastline, saw the most amazing scenery, the most incredible houses just perched in the cliff tops, above and below us. It was just amazing. Beautiful beaches, lovely, sheltered walks, shady walks. It was just fantastic. And the atmosphere in the air of all these excited women, me included, to get together to do something, as a community of women who are passionate about walking, who wanted to raise some money for, and the charity was Beyond Blue. And we walked with a company called Coast Trek, and they do walks all over Australia, and they've raised, I think it's $7 million around Australia, but little old Adelaide raised over 800,000, so nearly $1 million, and there were only 1,000 walkers in the 30K trek, but there was also a 60K trek, so I'm not sure how many walkers were there. But it just really got me inspired and thinking about, goodness, wouldn't it be great if we could organize amongst our community of women that are trying to lose weight, that are suffering from debilitating thoughts about themselves, and many in a state and different states of depression, many in different states of ups and downs in their life, not feeling good about themselves, really limiting their life and holding themselves back and being stuck in not being happy with their own body. And so walking is the most amazing thing, free, simple, and easy to do, even in short, small bursts, to build up some endurance, to build up some conditioning. So I'm not suggesting that, oh, you go out and do 30 Ks all at once. That's absolutely no, because it took me a while and a bit of training. But even just going out for a 5-minute walk, a 10-minute walk, 20-minute, building it up every day. The benefits of walking are absolutely astounding. And the biggest one is for mental health. It just totally improves your mental health. Being outside and experiencing fresh air into your lungs, having a different outlook and aspect on life, rather than being focused internally, we can be looking around at our beautiful surroundings. So I think it's one of the biggest benefits that Beyond Blue state is go walking to help, if you are suffering from any depressive illness. It builds your coping mechanisms and your resilience, because you do actually feel calmer. It creates endorphins in your body, which make you feel a whole lot better. And you can see things through a different light, through a different lens. It does help you to distract from negative thoughts. It gives you a sense of accomplishment and achievement. Wow, I am so proud that I walked 30 Ks. And I was so inspired by all the different shapes, sizes, ages of women. Now I'm in my, just turned 60. There were older women there, I would say in, 70 to 80. They were using walking poles. Not all of them were, but they were out there doing it. And that's what I loved. I saw, as I said, women from all different ages and sizes and fitness levels too. They all did the best that they could do. And you know what? We just couldn't stop. that we had a goal at the end. We needed to reach the end. And so we all did. And everyone was very encouraging. Everyone was very thoughtful and, provided that extra oomph if you needed it. And there was plenty of resources and pit stops on the way. They had a love stop and a kiss stop, and they had massage therapists, they had podiatrists. You could grab a coffee. There was free kombuchas and protein bars and fruit. We were really well looked after, and really we just needed to do the work. And so walking in these big groups really helps to really helps from a social aspect. So I know with a lot of my clients that they tend to become socially isolated because they don't like, they're not comfortable going out. They're not happy with the way that they look. They're worried about what other people will think when they see them if they've put on weight. So that, they tend to stay home. But if you're out in a group, it's so enlightening. It really opens up your brain space and capacity for what you're thinking about, talking about stuff, offloading, being inspired, listening to funny stories, learning more about the world and other people's perspectives on life. It just gives you a whole new outlook. So it actually even improves your memory and your focus and your thinking skills. Walking is so good for nutting something out, for thinking it through, rather than being sitting in an isolated space. The fresh air, the scenery, looking around, your brain is more open. You just get a whole different perspective on whatever the problem is. And it also improves your sleep, because if you're going out walking, you're actually using more energy. And this is the other thing for weight loss. It's going to allow your body to use more energy, i.e. calories. I don't generally like to talk about calories because people get too fixated on them, and no calorie is the same. And everybody uses calories differently. So I prefer to talk about it in as energy. We use energy, we burn energy, we eat, the food that we eat gives us energy. So when we're walking, we're expending, we're using more energy. And when your body uses energy, the chemical processes inside actually go, oh, okay, we're using this energy, i.e. fat stores, we need to create more energy. So it gives you more energy to go out there and do those walks and not feel as puffed. So that's part of conditioning. It's part of you do a bit more, it gets easier and easier. You do a bit more, it gets easier and easier. Do a bit more. So it becomes a bit of an exponential curve. You start at one spot, and your body then gradually gets fitter and fitter, and you can do longer and longer walks. So I really thought, getting back to what I would really love to do, is to be able to create walking groups around Adelaide. Goodness, and there are so many walking groups already. But in our community, the weight loss coach community, I would love to see groups of us get together in different areas and just make a concerted effort to get out and go for a walk, regular walks, whether it be in the morning or the afternoon, or an evening, or a longer walk on a weekend. I know I've got together with groups of people on a Sunday, and we've gone for an hour walk, and then we've gone and had coffee and breakfast afterwards. It's just been lovely. And I have a regular walking group on a Monday down at Glenelg, and we go for a walk. A couple of them go every day, and I join them on a couple of those days. So it's just lovely, and it is going to help you to lose weight. So I found some stats around how much energy you can lose, how many calories you can burn when you go out walking. Now, if you go out, now this is just average, if you were weighing in at around 80 odd kilos and you went for a 10-minute fast-paced walk per kilometre, you would be using up around 250 calories. So can you imagine if you're walking for 5 kilometers, it took you an hour, how much, how much energy you are going to be using. So 270 calories is, it's equates to about a chicken sandwich, for instance. That would be, it's a snack size portion of food. But when you go out walking, the faster you walk, the more energy you burn. So, and the fitter you will feel. Obviously, the quicker you're going to get to your destination. So I would really encourage you to think about walking. And if walking for a kilometer is just way out of your mind, it's not conceivable that you can do that. Just start with a 5-minute walk. Walk around the house, walk around the block, just walk up and down the street. Just start to get used to that feeling of moving your body, because your body will love it. You will feel so good, and you'll start to begin to use more energy. Your body will then, in using more energy, creates more energy. So you feel like you've got more energy to go and do that walk. So there are my tips around walking for weight loss. It's just so amazing. You can lose more weight when you start walking. Moving is an integral component of weight loss. And I know many people go, oh, no, I can't exercise. I don't want to go to the gym. And they discount it completely. But moving is exercise. And if the word exercise really, grates you and just is a blocker for you, turn it into moving. When I'm working with my clients, I'm always encouraging them to move in ways that they love. And there are so many ways that we can move. I've got one client at the moment who's just discovered salsa dancing. Wow. And before she was, felt that she couldn't even get on her bike, and things that she wanted to do, play with her son, and all of a sudden she's got this more energy, and she's going out dancing, she's getting on the bike, she's playing soccer and basketball, with her son, doing so much more and loving it and enjoying it. And that is the most important thing. If you love what you do, you're going to be doing more of it. So I encourage you to think about different ways to move. And if you're prevented by injury from walking, what else could you do? Could you swim? Could you do Pilates? Could you do yoga? Could you do Tai Chi? What other kind of movement could you do? Because any kind of movement creates energy in the body. And when we're creating energy, we're burning energy, and we want to utilize that energy. And so it just goes on and on and on. So please jump onto my blog. I'll put a link in here after this live. It should be on the page shortly. But more information about Coast Trek. Hope you can join me next year. I'm going to get a team together for the 30K walk. We've got a whole year to get fit and ready for it. I would love you to join me. So have a happy Wednesday today, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.